Hello, amigo. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram, and this is episode 798. It's a Weed Nerd World. Hello, amigo. That's me in the background. Cheers, you guys. Hopefully you've had an excellent day. And this stupid mouse, I need to grab a battery for it. Come on. This chat popped out here. Come on, battery. I'm gonna have to switch this battery here in a second. Cheers, Modern Genetics. Just rock out for a second while I grab a battery. How you been, Mr. Modern Genetics? Cheers, everybody. Yeah. What's up, everybody? Justice Med, Modern Genetics. Hopefully I got a battery. Hell yeah, I got a battery in this one. Finally, hopefully you guys have had a good day. We're ready to do a little puffing. Hopefully this battery is good. Crazy people doing stuff. Hell yeah, this battery's good. Much better. Shit. Brett Anderson, how you doing? Chat is in the right place. Now we're getting ready. Justin Bean's in the house. How y'all doing? Here. Everything's set. It's time to enjoy myself. How you all doing this fine Thursday morning? I'm ready to smoke. Just getting back from the gym. Ready to hang out with some good folks. Galaxy 500. Think I'm gonna smoke some of this. Oh, DOA, if I can find it. DOA is what I'm gonna smoke with y'all this evening. My version. There we go, all plugged in. Hopefully you guys are still there. It says we're still live. Boy, this one's been a struggle to get kicked off. Holy shit. Hopefully you guys are still hanging out. What the fuck is all I can say to that? Get my chat fucking brought back up. All plugged in. And there we go. It says there's still a few of you still hanging out. Oh man, what a rough start. What are you guys smoking on? Get this chat going back up here. There we go. NV2. I ain't even gonna try that. Dosey, how you doing? Chiba man, how you doing? Yeah, hopefully we're steady to roll now. Except I lost my spot. Final. Nice little fatty here. Baby nug. Little baby nuggets and DOA. Probably can't see that. Dark as shit. This should turn purple as fuck. The ones I trimmed up tonight were even fucking darker than that. And of course you can't get no light after that. Nothing is working out. How you doing, Operation Annihilation? Hopefully you're having a good day. Alright, now I lost my headphone. Not that I need that. Preparing live stream now. Okay. Alright. Scissors, we're getting there. So I only seen one dosey-do so far. I was surprised by the purple. I actually don't know where it's coming from. I don't remember any UK cheese being purple or Santa Monica Columbia Gold. I've never heard of it purpling out. Jack Skellington, no purples. Red Pill. Dabbing some pure Michigan. How you doing today, Red? Hopefully well. Pure Michigan, huh? What are the terps? What does pure Michigan taste like? I've lived here my whole life. Now I'm curious what pure Michigan tastes like. This is one of the better Cottonmouth King songs.
What actions make my life in the morning? One Mr. Asher, Mr. Doctors, how we earning every morning as we ride Almighty Judge on him.
What about Bob? How you doing, Ned Denver?
Yeah, I was twisting every some night instead. I'm talking to chronic, I'm taking some rest. Smoking the session, we keeping it fresh.
That should be enough for one. If I can find that paper that I had before I left for the gym. Looking forward to hanging out with Joel from North Star Genetics Friday. Tomorrow, of course, is an early Weed Nerd World. Here's my little shorty paper. Cheers, Dank Grower. Much love right back to you. It's got a forestry dank flavor. Nice. That sounds like a pretty accurate description of, I don't know, maybe You could picture like a Flavor or Son of Michigan. I guess that would be pretty close. Oh, come on. Guess I didn't chop it off good enough. I tried to get on here before the 20, but wasn't quite able to make that mark. Load up. A metallic pine. Huh. That's different. As long as it's got that pine in there. Tastes like a license plate. You guys happen to catch that I've actually been hand rolling these days again? I don't know why I just decided to start hand rolling again, but it is what it is. The slogan. Alright, now hopefully I got a fucking lighter here. There we go. I told disaster that I'm. Cheers, John. Pretty tasty. Not bad. Not too bad. Just picked up a pack of Kings. Nice. That's awesome. Green fingers. Hopefully you're well. I have too much shit on my desk. Holy fuck, man. Should have just stayed off and cleaned. At Shiva Man 65. Let's see here. Copy. Well, shit, I should just be able to go to your channel, dude. All right. Where did it go? There it is. Are we looking for day 15?
You guys watch my earlier videos, you would have seen this whole area.
Can I share this, Cheaper Man? You gonna come at me for copyrights if I share it with everybody?
So, like, work with what we got. You know? We got here. This is
hopefully not. Let's take a look at Cheaper Man's garden.
This is the Goose Banner cross with cheese cake.
Goose Banner times cheese cake. Oh, you guys can see this.
Why you make it so complicated?
Spacing between the nodes.
Turn this music down so we can hear the Cheaper Man.
No light really. I added a thermometer in here since I had one bucket. What is that? 74 degrees. Oh, I gotta add ice pack.
Yeah, I was gonna say a little more, bro.
Added a second air stone in there.
Nice. Look at those bubbles.
Loving it.
She looks like she's loving it.
Because I just fed this thing like.
Now, Denver, how you doing?
She's tripping her ass off. Bitch.
She's a chunky girl. Look at her. She's looking good.
This is my blue snipper by 2020.
Little snipper.
This, I believe, is going to be my best play.
It looks like she's gonna be a yielder.
It smells great.
Double copyright right on, Red Bill.
I already stripped her on day 11. I stripped all these ladies on day 11.
Cheers, martial artist. How you doing, brother?
And again, maybe not so much so on all these others, or maybe not as much. But we'll see.
Blue sniffer's looking good, brother.
I love it. I think it's gonna be the best. This is Banana Punch by Green Point Seeds.
Nice.
And she's a little short, wait, look at that. Small there, again, crammed in 3x3 tent, no light, hardly any.
How you liking that DWC, Chiba man?
She's gonna be okay.
Marcus, Green Thumb. You gotta set up that episode with you, my friend.
Some cones of this
I've been lacking on my fucking Instagram, returning some messages. I am sorry if I haven't returned any of your messages.
And this. What I got left of Twisted Roots genetics.
Twisted Roots, that looks good.
It came from the same mother plant. Thank God they were females.
Nice, looks good.
And this is fantastic as well.
It looks like it'd be the second highest yielder in the garden.
From this all white LED. We're gonna find out. Right here, I got the red LEDs over here on this light. We get a little bit more stretch. We'll find out if that's the case. We'll see. I noticed that as my plants got bigger, my light didn't.
Let me share this channel.
So
after I'm done, Chiba man, I'll share your channel.
I'm able to slide my light in and out.
That's a pretty cool feature.
Position, so therefore, I got it covered. I also cleaned up all the wiring I had in there. Cleaned that up nice and neat. Gotta clean up this mess I created. Not too bad.
No.
Everything nice. Up, off the floor.
Nice and neat.
And all.
I dig it.
So over there in the corner now, air hose seal the cooler.
Right out.
All the other wires.
The only thing I don't like about that pump hanging so high is you're pulling off the hot air in the room rather than sucking in cooler air for that DWC there. Temperature being a factor, you don't want to pump in that hot air into that bucket. I'd hang it just off the floor.
Even though I have 320s over here, which gives me a 640 watt light, I call myself only keeping it at 3/4 or 60%, right? But I keep forgetting there are only 4 quantum boards when there are supposed to be 6, which means at 60%, I'm using about 480 watts. That is the max that those lights can take. Because I can turn this, I'm turning it all the way up now. And it's not getting any brighter. It's because I'm already at the max without even knowing it. I thought about bringing the lights down as others had suggested, turning it down, dim it down some rather. But when I checked my leaf temps is 77 degrees, 76 degrees, even though these read 81, 82, sometimes 84. Right, this one even went as high as 86.
And leaf temperature in an LED can be all the way 82 to 85.
So I don't think I'm going to try.
It looks great, brother. Nice job.
And just see what happens.
Are you going to switch over to all DWC at some point?
Because of this leaf here. Yeah, it was a leaf curl over here. And now it's fixed.
I think it's because they look good.
Over here that was curled up just off the stress from the heat. But she is straightened out. I can't even find it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
It wasn't here.
Cheers, Chiba man.
I'm just an overbearing parent.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Cheers, man.
Come over here. I had an entanglement. And I broke the top of this plant today.
You saved her, though.
So
She's
I had to go and
fine.
grab me 2 wooden matches and break the sulfur head off.
Put the stamp in there.
Made a little crush.
Yeah.
Baby together. She hopefully be good as new.
She good as new already. They resilient as shit.
I had an issue with my lights.
Morning, can of happiness.
The DIY light I built didn't cover the whole spectrum, but my DIY lights move.
I think that's cool as hell, being able to slide them panels.
However, I need to adjust them.
That is a nice little
So
feature.
I just pull my lights out, whoop, and it'll cover the whole stand. I can also pull them this way, left and right, but because of my DIY configuration here, I don't want to mess around with that yet. So I get my actual pulleys. But other than that, everything else is coming out wonderful.
It looks wonderful, bro.
Still got to do a little, like I said, a little cleanup in the room.
Cleanup is never ending when you're a grower.
I'll show it all. Look at the mess. Still a mess in here. Not too bad though. Got me a little aloe plant. Went to Walmart today.
Hell yeah. Put all kinds of shit in there. Just clean it for
$25 for an aloe. I said, you got to be kidding.
placement. Cheers to you.
Aloe. And as I'm walking out the store, there was a broken aloe branch just lying on the floor.
Oh, damn it. I'm on
Saying,
top,
"Take
Chad.
me." So I brought that baby home, cut half of it off, and made a aloe slurry for my client.
Check your top, Chad. See if it's live, Chad. Damn it.
That bad boy right there in that dirt. Well, yeah, hopefully that's growing. Get me an aloe. Ooh, dirt. Ah, I don't like dirt. I got dirt in my grove. Oh, no. Other than that, guys, everything looks good and great.
Yeah, it does.
Things coming along.
Fucking cheers to you,
Look at
man.
all this floor I'm growing. Look at that shit. Ah. Yeah. It is what it is. We learn.
Little shop back in there, little fucking tiny shop bag.
Yeah. Picked up the fan speed. Make sure everybody's nice and airy. All right.
Thank you for sharing, Chiba man.
Looking great. All right. Chiba man, signing out here.
Boosh.
Day 15,
Ah,
week 3.
day 15, week 3.
Last week of the boat.
Looking on point for week 3. Hell yeah. Thank you for sharing, Chiba man.
What up,
Let
gang?
me pause this so I can pull up the link of his YouTube in case y'all want to give him a follow. You should be following. He fucking hangs out and supports all y'all. Give him a follow so you can fucking keep up on those updates. Pull this up here. Damn it. That's too much. There we go. And if you'd like to check out Chiba Man's channel right there, you can click that link and hopefully click subscribe so you can keep up with more updates, follow and support each other. It's always nice. Some music going back again.
Smoking weed out the container.
Smoking weed, I do contain it. Nice. Anybody else got some garden stuff they would like to share? Show. Here's the link. Oh, is that his channel or is that your channel? What's the link to, Ned? I guess I gotta clink it. Oh, that must be his channel because it ain't bringing out nothing. Thank you, Ned Denver, for putting the proper link in there. It must have been the link to his video. That video. My bad. My bad. I like the slowness of this. It's got a good hook to it. I like that was awesome. I like being able to peek in and look at people's setups, how they're doing it. It's awesome. Nice garden, my friend. Do you have a veg room as well, or do you veg and flip in that room?
Why you make it so complicated? Off the drain, we concentrate. I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking weed out the container. We spend cash for entertainment.
Pretty good. Could be jarred up for a little bit, but oh man. When she do, what's who do? What am I missing? Cheers to the silent one in chat. Nice to see you in chat. Appreciate you guys. One room only. Nice. Just kids. Tasting pretty good. I know I may have said I was only going to stay for one if nobody showed up, but I may hang out for a minute. That's a pretty good jar. What y'all want to talk about? What you want to do? Any suggestions for music? Riding down the show playlist currently.
I know you won't leave me hanging. Smoking weed out the container. We spend cash for entertainment.
Martial artist. We need to be getting him. We need to get Marshall in here. Doing his episode. I'm one hell of a dude. We've all got to know him through chat, but
I put your body on ice. I put your ass on the plate. On the drink, and you know how to beat. You know how to get on the DSOP.
should be looking for my papers for that next joint. So I ain't gotta smoke through that fucking. I still haven't stopped bought some damn papers. Still smoking them fucking easy wires and shit. Other than the pull papers. I've used the last of the pull papers today, but I got another roll around here somewhere. Just gotta look. Terribly unprepared for tonight's hangout.
There's more where it came from, that's all I'm saying. It's me and you, we making arrangements.
No worries, brother. Hopefully it helps. It should. Easy wide or double wide. Yeah, terrible. I'm serious, man. And smoking weed and easy widers should be very much not condoned. It should be illegal. There's definitely a crime. Ryan Kowalski, cheers. How you doing this evening? Hopefully, well, boys, get over it. Nobody wants to hear you growl in the background. Now they're all like, okay, play with us then. All right. No wine. Oh, you guys go lay down. Let's see what we got for papers. Hopefully we got some decent pulls in here. Uh-oh. Gonna get a copyright for this one, but I still dig this song. Cheers, I squad family. Today I just smoke my pain. I found them. I had found the papers. Courtesy of an awesome dude named Brett. Cheers, Brett. Thank you. Smoke my pain.
So I'm rolling up, keep a couple lights just so I can smoke enough and y'all don't know.
Well, that's a decent paper right there. She probably loved
So
it,
let
though.
me show you some. Always turning out to be the chosen one.
This is a good song. If you haven't checked out Odd Squad Family, you really should. They got some good tunes. This one here being one of my favorites. It's almost 50 today here in fucking Michigan. Woohoo, spring. Don't fucking tease me. I'm telling you right now, we got a fucking storm watch till Saturday. As I fucking say that shit. I just flowered 2 Bruce Banner times cheesequake. Turned at week 3. Shit. Cross room Bruce Banner times cheesequake times Mendo Loco. It happens. Green, Mr. Green Fingers, I would love to hang out with them, brother. But rules are rules, man. They rather have us up on those chemtrails, popping those pills because shit sells. If you burn a plant, don't say jail. If you don't step something, we'll say well. But hey, kills me to see you on these other shows. It is what it is. Brent Anderson says, roll out 7 inches of them emperors and stash them down. Or stash them down. Easy. I love them. Fucking nice wormwish will do that for you. Anywho's, throw a good worm in there. That's why I love that. All these problems in my face, I just smoke them all away. Every day I just smoke. So, you know, and I want you to listen to this, all you guys. I put a lot of thought into this, man, because this whole mess of the double dipping and shit, I don't know. It's honestly fucked with me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. You know, I was saying this in a conversation to somebody I respect quite a bit. And, you know, I've never asked for nothing for doing this show. Nothing. Nothing. March 25th of this month will end year 3 and start year 4. Out of pocket, mainly. There's a few awesome motherfuckers that do hang out on the Patreon, and heck, I've wondered why through my ups and downs, no shows. Yeah, but I said something just after Green Fingers. I know, and that's why I made a note at the end of that show to underline that rule. I love you, brother. I love you, man. That's no bullshit. Let me finish, though. So all these years, just like you guys, I was under this weird assumption that I was building friends. And I can kind of say that, yeah, there's a difference. Let me underline that. There's a difference between a friend and an acquaintance. There's even, you know, in the dictionary, it's not even the same. Nonetheless, there's been many times where I haven't even felt like doing the show. These days, I honor myself more than making that commitment to come on when I don't feel like it just for others, which has been a sad decision all in itself. But as I see everybody break off and it's every man for themselves and nobody really cares about the cool thing that we all had, it's all promo codes and fucking website links. I think, fuck. If it ain't a friendship thing, then why the fuck ain't I making money on this? This is just hang out and it's all every man for themselves, and I'm just on to promote myself and all that good shit. Why am I donating my time for nothing? Putting my heart into this just to fucking get my footprints all over my fucking back. Y'all do what you gotta do. But the double dripping rule stand. Cheers. Hopefully that wasn't a mood spoiler. Cheers, Buddha boy. Let's get fucked up. How you doing, Hillbilly Herb? I do that shout out still because I am genuinely grateful for my path, the people that I have fucking gotten to meet through this fucking journey. I've never done this for me. When the raid crackhead greed. Yeah, I have to agree with that. The silent one. I have to agree with that. You know, as far as the con artist goes, I think that's pretty good. I don't want to get into that, but I see a lot of the fake it till I make it shit going on. And I guess that's one of the things too. If you're on every show and new people come on, they assume automatically that, whatever. I don't know. Told myself, and then again, some people that I very much trust their opinion and decisions. I just gotta stay focused. Fine, because that's the other part too. I genuinely love this shit. I genuinely love hanging out, showing awesome people that I've been able to meet and letting them tell their stories and shit. I love that shit. I love that shit with a passion. With a passion. And then when all this shit happened, it really punched me right in the fucking chest, man. It's like I really had to fucking step back and go, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why the fuck am I doing this? And then somebody reminded me, you do it because you love it. And then I fucking went, you're right. I do love this shit. That's why I continue to show up. Stepped on, heartbroken, whatever. I've put on so many smiles to fucking come on and hang out. Y'all just don't know. You just don't know. Whatever. Cheers to everybody. I love seeing the people that genuinely love to do this and do this because they love it. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. 23 is the year for me. I believe that was Taos saying last year. But 23 is the year for me this year. I am putting my dreams, my aspirations, and I'm diving in full force. What that means for this, I'm trying my best to delay that 1,000. Well, I think at some point Somebody said it right. Probably martial artists. It isn't a countdown. It's a count up. At one point, because of it all, I was ready to wrap it up at 1,000. But I know I'm not done. I miss the old school forums. I do too. Built a lot of fucking relationship in them old forums myself. The Dank Den. Dank Den was one of my favorite ones. I met a lot of cool motherfuckers in the Dank Den. You know, that's where I know Nexus from. Ah! Thought I knew that name, but I didn't know how. I just seen like his old icon in my head. Yeah. Fucking Mass Roots was always one of my favorite. Well, that wasn't necessarily a forum, but it was a cool weed app back in the day. But I do miss the old forums too. Cocoa for Cannabis is probably the closest I have seen lately. That's a good forum. Some trustworthy people. People genuinely trying to help people grow. Forums. I don't. You guys know how I feel about Discord. Discord, I guess, is still kind of a forum, but to me, it doesn't feel like a forum. It feels just like everything else. Some more weed out of my garden. I don't even know what the fuck it is. And like I said, I think this is the strawberry swirl. So. Very nice. Miss having my own grow. Even though I had very little to do with this, I grew them, vegged them. Very little to do with the flower. But things will change on that end. Overgrow. I definitely haven't counted on overgrow. I wonder if my count's still on overgrow. Nothing else matters. I do miss the days. I'd both thank and curse Sequence and Skillbo 1 for pulling me into the video. Although I was already kind of showing my face. But I do so remember the old hat, sunglasses, and bandana days. Definitely have a lot of fucking scream mask fucking shots. The other one that just like Jason face mask. Good old days of cannabis. Yeah, I miss it was definitely a good phase in my life in cannabis. This has been a good journey as well. Even though the time this took off and life kind of were heading in different directions. Behind the scenes. Heart definitely in gardening. Finding my therapy in gardening. Definitely. That's awesome, Silent One. Man. That was about right when I was fucking starting to fucking 99. Putting in my first efforts. Jacob's kind. Cheers. How you doing? Justice, Mrs. Justice Meds. The Spoon Lady's awesome, isn't she? Oh, Sherman. I love music like this, man. I could literally just fucking do this on a daily basis. Smoke with folks like this, walk around and talk to them. These are the people like this. I love the like before famous shit, man. People do shit and kind of like Silent One says, the money changes everything. Sure fuck does. But back when people are just doing it still just because they love it and they that natural passion. You know, there's nothing more than I love it. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. That's 100%. I don't give a fuck if you're rowing, you're riding motorcycles, you're skateboarding, fucking singing. I don't give a shit. But when you got that twinkle in your eye and you fucking you just literally your feet don't look like they're touching the ground as you tell me about it. Man, I love that. I love seeing that in people. When that's that passion, you can see it on her face in this video. They ain't making nothing for this, but man, she is smiling. She's got this fucking just genuine smile because she loves it. The ladies from heaven don't shine my light. Don't forget, tomorrow, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. An early Weed Nerd World. You guys don't want to listen to the motivational marijuana, but you guys should. I'm gonna fucking share this video, but you should fucking check out this playlist, man. In fact, we will listen to it. All right, it's got he's got a playlist that's motivational marijuana. This is OMMP Grower, which I had learned a lot from. We should always be learning. But I had around 8 started checking out a new OMP Grower. But one of the early people laying it down, showing you how to lay out rooms and shit. But he's got a playlist, fucking
but I assume maybe you are.
Motivational marijuana. This one here is number 2.
So then, when you're in the way,
a lot of stuff like this. I love this, by the way.
What you do is what the whole universe is doing at the place you call here and now.
If you guys don't listen or know who Alan Watts is,
in the same way that a wave is something.
Search that shit up. That shit is like Mind Coffee, a doobie, and some Alan Watts.
Which life pushes around. The real deep down you.
That's a good little bit of time right there.
So then, when you die, you're not going to have to put up with everlasting non-existence, because that's not an experience.
That's not an experience.
A lot of people are afraid that when they die, they're going to be locked up in a dark room forever. Sort of undergo that.
OMMP.
But
motivation.
One of the most interesting things in the world. This is the yoga. This is the way of realization. Try and imagine.
Maybe 25 videos all in all. They're all about 5 minutes, man. Some maybe 10.
Think about that. Children. It's one of the great wonders of life. What will it be like to go to sleep and never wake up? And if you think long enough about that, something will happen. You will find out, among other things, that to pose the next question to you, what was it like to wake up after having never gone to sleep? That was when you were born.
I'm a big philosophy guy.
You
I literally love fucking listening to philosophy.
So after you're dead, the only thing that can happen is the same experience.
Love
the same
listening
sort
to
of
some
experience as
philosophy.
when you were born. In other words, we all know very well that after people die, other people are born. And they're all you.
You gotta, at some point, step out of your mind and consider some good perspective.
You all know you're you. And wheresoever beings exist throughout all galaxies, it doesn't make any difference. You are all of them. And when they come into
This
being,
one,
that's you coming.
Understanding that everything's all at once.
Only you don't have to remember.
That's like finding out that moment where you realize that what you do, let the whole letting go process. Everything is so much bigger than you, and you control nothing.
Doesn't it really astonish you that you are this fantastically complex thing? And that you're doing all of this and you never had any education in how to do it?
That's the one thing right there. People fear to try because they're afraid to fail. And there's so many people that go out and do something for the first time and are amazing at it. But fucking, they always lack that fear of failing, sets them back before they can actually try and realize that they have already had it in them. They already had it in them. They just didn't know it. Cheers to you, Big Blazer 80. Cheers. Nice to see you, my friend. See what else we got on the playlist here that I can bump down to. Although I do enjoy, I seriously suggest you guys go check out that playlist. You know, you can save playlist and you can save that whole playlist and add it to your playlist. Which yeah, I suggest a lot of things, but I do suggest that. I am just full of it this evening. What else we got here? Let me see. What? There we go. Sorry about the dead air, guys. Oh, that was number 7. Ooh, Face Your Fears. I got a bunch of them in the show playlist. Face Your Fears. There's so many good ones there. I'm telling you, if you got some time and yeah, you're bored, it's an amazing fucking garden playlist. Anyways, fucking play some Blueberry Jam.
Here we go.
Juicy Smith. Harley Davidson. Puff Toast. Oh, sour dick. Hardest way to go. Vegas! Fucking A. Fucking A. I'll gladly hit this fucking admit button. Well, hello, old friend. I'm genuinely glad to see you. How you fuck you doing, man?
Good to see you, man.
Man, we were talking Bingus a Mile last night. SoCal, giving you monster props there of it being probably the biggest girl to overgrow his garden, his little greenhouse. And I was recalling some of my fond memories of growing the Bingus Mile as well. So,
Well,
for you.
thanks for thinking of me. Yeah, it's a good, hardy girl. I don't run it much anymore. I'm playing with so much other stuff. I just keep playing. I wanted to pop in and say hello to you. It's been quite a while, and I think highly of you, dude. Don't ever think that I don't. I do, and I
Respect is very much mutual, my friend.
It's just things kind of, I don't know. I'm not very motivated to be involved in social media. There's a lot of I think it's mostly me. I've kind of become a little bit hypersensitive to shit. So
No,
a lot of time gardening.
I think it's a thing, to be honest with you. I've been a little I was just kind of expressing some of my dismay a little bit earlier. You know what I mean? You know, I love the community. I know 100% there are some good people in the community, but as of late, the YouTube thing has necessarily kind of got me wanting to go back to real life kind of community. I don't know.
Cheers, everybody in chat. I just pulled up chat. Nice to see everybody. Thanks for saying hi. The world's, for me, the world's changing. I can feel the vibration of it shifting, at least for me. All right. And, I just don't have the patience to really put it on myself. And I don't know, can you turn that down so I can barely?
Oh, yes. No problem, man. My
Like,
bad. There we go.
I can't hear myself think. I put it on myself primarily because I'm into other stuff. I'm trying to heal myself, and there's a variety of things I'm doing to accomplish that. It's working. I was just getting too much stress. I mean, I went live today and somebody decided they wanted to come in and disagree with me, and it just pissed me off. I mean, it wasn't that big of a thing, but it just like, you know what, this isn't the first time you've done that. And it's a repetitive pattern. And it's like, I don't want to hang around with that shit, you know? So if I sense any negativity, I just leave. No, I don't deal with anything negative, period. You know what I mean? But I know you're a positive dude, and there's a lot of people that are that you've helped. All right, you've given a voice to a lot of people. Everybody, I firmly believe that people need their 15 minutes of me time. You know what I mean? And you really give that to them in the style of interview that you do, and in always being available for that to happen. So that's, to me, a good thing. The fact that I don't hang with it, don't take offense to that, just realize that I've experienced some stuff. I've experienced some negativity here. I mean, I'll be honest. And it's pretty much shut my channel down. I mean, I don't have any traction. I'm shadow banned. I was basically on the verge of losing my channel, and I communicated with YouTube and asked them to look carefully at the person that is complaining about me, and realize they probably have 0 subscribers and 0 content, and you're making absolutely no money off them. whereas you are copywriting my music and advertising on my videos. So I'm actually turning a buck for you. And I think I should be able to stay. And they said, well, we're gonna keep the strikes, 3 of them, but we're gonna let you keep your channel. I thought, okay, well, thank you, right? But they shadow banned me, and I wasn't supposed to be able to go live either, but they allow me to go live. So they do listen. I think it's a money thing for them. And all I had to do is bring their attention to it, and things, they have leeways. But just because of that, it shows you how convoluted YouTube is, and really you're just renting space from them, and they can crush you at any moment if they want to. So I don't like that.
I get it 100%, and respect that. 100%. Nobody, life is way too short to have the negativity. And why is it? This is what I have found out about positive vibe and fucking like positive vibe it's powerful. If you can keep that vibe going every day, it's like a wave. It'll keep going.
Great.
Same thing like building muscle. You know what I mean? That workout, that up and up and up. But it's fucking, as soon as you stop or let off, the wave stops. The muscles recede. And fucking, it seems like, so what I guess I'm saying is it takes a whole lot more work to keep that positive wave going. And that negative shit that momentarily pause seems to fucking is that recede, man. It doesn't take long, man. Just a little dose of fucking negativity seems to stick. It slows your vibe down incredibly more. I mean, like, it's like, again, like ringing a bell. The more people that ring the bell, you touch the bell, it'll keep going. But one person walks up and kicks that bell, it changes the whole vibe. You know what I mean? And now it actually takes everybody to kind of walk up and tap the bell again to get the fucking vibe going. You know what I mean? But it only took one negative motherfucker to fuck up the vibe.
It's interesting. The adjectives you're using to describe are congruent with energy, right? So you can get a wave of energy going, and the momentum of it can really elevate you, and you're right. One little nudge in the wrong direction that you perceive to be a negative. That's the other thing that's so interesting, is that what I perceive to be negative isn't the same thing as what everybody else perceives, because we're all uniquely different, and yet we're all connected in a oneness. So there's something going on. I was actually talking about this morning, and to maintain that requires you to do something. You actually have to, there are techniques and ways to increase that wave, that bioelectromagnetic wave that makes us human. All right, the soul that actually sparks the life in this avatar. And I don't think it's not that we have not been educated to look, you know what I mean, at the vehicle, the human vessel, as an instrument that our soul is within. And the fact that we've been educated and indoctrinated into not knowing where the steering wheel is, and is that the gas pedal? Am I putting in the right fuel? I'm making that analogy. And even if we do find the steering wheel occasionally, we like, oh, dude, that's not, no, that ain't right. That's not what I was taught. I mean, another thing about conditioning is we have the educational system. When my dad was in school, it was the early 1900s, and he was left-handed. He was very creative, but being left-handed was not cool back then. And he was beat with a cane, and his left hand was tied to his chair. Okay. And then he had to learn writing with his left hand or with his right hand. And till he died, he wrote with his right hand because of that early conditioning. Right. Even though he's naturally left-handed, he would draw beautiful stuff with his left hand, but he wrote with his right hand, and it was fucked. Not good handwriting. It was hieroglyphics, basically. So we've kind of got our asses handed to us from birth, and we don't even realize it, you see. But I think things are, I'm hopeful things are starting to break up. And part of it is what we're talking about is the energy. There's more sensitivity, I think, to it. You know, everybody's been off now for 3 years with this big scare of, the pandemic, or whatever you want to call this little blip. And it's all backfired, I think, in my opinion, because we've all had more time to recognize that we are a soul in a vehicle. And that can be it takes some adjusting. I mean, it can be a little bit like, fuck, this is a little bigger than what I realized, what I've been taught. So I'm hopeful that things will change. I mean, I want to extend my life as much as possible, because I know I came here because I have a huge love for humanity. And most of my study is about being human. Why? The why of it, how, when, all that. And I've spent the last 20 years really diving into that. So I get pissed when somebody tries to beat me over the head with their Bible or their belief system, which is a word I try not even to use it, because people actually die for a belief and it may not even be true. Finding a deeper understanding has kind of been my goal here over the last few years. And I kind of went off there, sorry, but I like the changes I'm seeing in your channel. And I can tell that you're shifting. And that's why I was compelled to come on tonight. You were talking about, you had Alan Watts, and usually I'm in bed by now, believe me, but something compelled me to come up and have a chat with you about all of this, because I think it's on a lot of people's mind. I could be wrong, but what do you think? You're muted.
Now, some things don't change, do they, Vegas? I agree 100%, my friend. I think everybody, that it's in the air. It's 100% in the air. But I miss these long chats. I do.
Long-winded.
Oh man, no. I do. I genuinely do, and I know that everybody, a lot of you've been missed. You've been missed. The cannabis community is huge and it is small, but the people that you have met here, I know I think everybody has had through this journey had some negative experiences. Hey, fuck, I heard Miranda Family Farms came on the other day and we were talking about giving away seeds. He just was like giving away. There was no more like contest aspect of it, because somebody had contacted him and was like pissy over the whole thing, even though he was willing to go above and beyond. Fuck the 1-pack, I'll send you 15. You know what I mean? Sorry about the confusion. And you know what I mean? So it's, yeah.
Dude, God, don't get me started on the bean giveaway.
So I know there is everybody, and that's That's kind of what I needed to see, to be honest with you. You know, as me, I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to say that, like, somebody that runs a channel or whatever, because I think this aspect of it is its own thing. You know what I mean? What I do, the fucking talking shit with Eagle, and this, two separate entities, and this thing's been, but you know, I'd like that's what I was saying earlier about the almost charging for things. I still won't charge, by the way, but I was kind of stating that, you know, I felt so beat up and blind about the whole scenario that, you know, it was all friends, fucking, we were building a good friend network. You know what I mean? There was no negative bullshit. Everybody was getting along. And I'm thinking everything's hunky dory. And when everything, reality, the doors were ready to fall off. You know what I mean? Because I just wanted to think everything was hunky dory and the engine was running fine when I ain't changed the oil and I fucking, you know what I mean?
You're talking about personally. You're talking about personally, like your own psychology and everything. Is you were going through some shit. I want to make sure I'm understanding you. You were going through some shit, basically.
Well, I'm talking about the show.
Okay, well, the show, that's you, I guess.
Yeah, true that, both. But you know what I mean? I needed to see the negative. Yeah, maybe the parallels are the same.
Gotcha.
And maybe I needed to see that negativity to actually see that there was problems behind the scenes that if I would have made it addressed earlier, maybe, you know, the community, the crew wouldn't have fucking splintered, and you know what I mean? It just seemed to like it one as like anything else, one little strand on a tire. As a, you know, that tire's a good scenario. You lose a knob on that motherfucker, and it's just one right after another after that first one goes. And I was blind to it. I was honestly blind to it. But when I sat back and looked at it all, the bald fucking tire or the blowout, you know, I was like, oh.
So what is that saying? You can be so close to the forest you can't see the trees. You know, it's especially if you're I'm doing it daily. You know, it starts to become it's an unconscious movement, right? So it's easy to lose your being conscientious about it, right? Because you're no longer, you're just, oh fuck, I got to do this again. Let's see, how do I get this? And you know, you get kind of in the background of it all, right? You know, pulling levers and pressing buttons and whistles and what have you. So it's easy, what I'm saying, to lose track of a situation. It's good. It's been good for me to step back, and I lurk. I'm a big time lurker now. I see things that I never really have seen before because I'm actually being a lot more empathetic about the chat room, which I've always been very, I've realized the importance of the chat room, let's put it that way. All right. And recognizing the people, which I'm not doing right now. You guys, sorry I don't have the chat up, but good to see everybody. Because that's why people are here, is there's not much recognition out there these days. And now they're shutting the doors on everything, and they just want you to be, you know, stay in your little wooden prison that you pay for and be on your computer. And so the only real connectivity we have is like this. So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. And this makes the world a very small place. You can have a much broader range of situations and friends or acquaintances or encounters or experiences. And I think that's why we're here. is to experience. So if you can raise that up, I mean, it's good. But along with that comes the positive and the negative. I'm a big fan of Jordan Peterson. I took one of his tests on who are you, right? And I learned that I am a 97% experiencer. That means that if there's 100 people in the room, there's only 3 other people there that are willing to experience as much as I am. All right. That shocked me. I went, fuck, okay. Hang on, that kind of explains a lot, right? I don't pick women that are simple and I can get along with. I pick the most narcissistic bitch in the room that's the best looking with the best tits. I mean, I don't go for the easy thing. You know what I mean? I shouldn't have made that analogy, forgive me. But it's that way. It's more of an emotional, let's find the deepest hole that we can dive down and experience it as much as possible. A lot of people will say that, that's just a bad way to do it. But dude, if you're here to experience, let's do it. All right. The only way out is to experience as much as you can, to raise your vibration as high as possible, down out of this third dimension and onto something better. I mean, I know for a fact that I'm not going to die. So why not? But many of us, I don't think, really do the work to understand. Who are you? Who are you? Right? I mean, we're all one. I mean, in the essence of things, if we would just act like it. But what's your personality? What drives you? What's going to make this life more of a greater experience, basically, And if you look at that, if you're experiencing, if you're vibrating your energy as high as possible, that creates a wave. It creates an expansion. And if all of the humans are doing that and all the other beingness is doing that, that creates this great expanse of the universe or the multiverse or however you want to look at it. And to pigeonhole yourself into a certain belief when you have such greatness before you to explore, I think it's just a way to limit the experience. I think a lot of the control factors, a lot of the dogmas, the governments, the politics, all that's designed to constrict the experience so that you don't rise yourself up and out of here, right? They want to keep us down here and hey, reincarnate, come on back down. You're not quite finished here. You didn't quite learn why you were here in the first place. We're going to make sure that you never learn. All right. Here's a sucker born every minute. Here comes another one. Make sure to spank him on the ass. Bang. All right. Here we go. Off to the races. I mean, it's fucking a zoo, right? I mean, who would want to come here? Only the strongest souls that want to experience at the deepest level. So everybody that's here really should give themselves a pat on the back, right? Because just choosing to come here to do that type of an exercise is quite a fucking choice. Just saying. Sorry, I went off there.
I do kind of believe in the reincarnation myself. It's like I was kind of stating about earlier, or the fact that, people a lot of times prefer not to try things because they're afraid the failing part is going to be more brutal, and it's going to be, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. And they assume right off the bat that there's a fail involved. When how many times have you done something? I was one of the people that fucking naturally just knew how to ride a bike. You know what I mean? Pushing a fucking boom. There you go. Holy shit, he's riding that fucking bike. You know what I mean? Wow. And there's so many things that we do naturally that we just don't know that we're amazing at because we're afraid to fucking do it one time. We let that fear of failing try. But I think that ability, you know what I mean? Them talents that are there that we don't know are there are kind of accumulatively built, that through their past lives and stuff that we're not necessarily recalling, but we remember the motions. You know what I mean? As the reincarnation thing goes, we're doomed to repeat until we've lived it, you know, that perfect. So you know what you're doing, you're like, oh, that's a fuck up. You know what I mean? You don't remember the whole past, but the motions are there. Ooh, fuck, I don't want to do that. All right, keep going. So you keep doing and doing until you keep doing it right. And no, I didn't know this about the karma cycle either until recently. But if karma's that's a whole different thing too. The whole way that you can do the best this whole like boom, 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 but karma may not swung this throughout this life. Sometimes karma doesn't always hit you in this cycle. You know what I mean? It may be fucking, you might think you're doing everything right and still get a smack.
And not remember why.
Yeah.
No, I did.
What I was getting to is
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Once you get it right, you can actually stay back and go another cycle to help somebody else, help guide somebody else that is trouble. And I didn't realize that you could almost go back as like kind of like a guardian angel to, you know, somebody else. But man, how many I would, and which begs the question, if you know, you put that much work into it, would you trade it all in to help, you know, go back? Maybe if you would, I don't know. I still do. I don't know if you start repeating your cycle again because I don't know.
Oh, right. You're really opening up here's the thing.
That's why I miss you, Bingus. It's these fucking these deep philosophical conversations. I haven't had one of these in the fucking Weed Nerd World in a while.
All right. So listen, man. You said a bunch of stuff there. One, what I've learned in my studies is there are no mistakes. Okay. So there's only the
lessons.
Well, there's the experiences of your choice, right? So if you're viewing it as a mistake, it was planned in the picture to begin with, so that you could recognize the choice that you made, and hopefully at some point come to the conclusion that it was not a mistake, right? That you applied the forgiveness necessary to yourself and to others, and that you actually learned the lesson that may be karma from 3 other lifetimes ago. All right. So understanding basic things like that, like there's no mistakes, right? I thought I fucked up today several times, and I think, oh, okay, now what do I need to learn? That's the first thing I asked myself. What do I need to learn here? Because I didn't really care for that choice, so I put it there for a reason, right? And it also gives you the understanding of others. You know, the person that came into my live stream today, I mean, I wasn't real harsh, but I just let him know that no, you're not going to get a wrench, and no, I don't want to hang around with you. I forgive them. I don't hate them. I don't want you to, you know, die or anything like that. But hopefully you'll learn that not everybody's going to put up with that type of behavior. All right. And I'm one of them. Okay. So see ya. All right. And that's more of a learning experience for them. They may think it's a negative. It's not. They made the choice, and so did I. I made a choice. The other thing about fear, well, that's dude, you come in, they hang you upside down and smack you on the ass and make you cry. You're in fear from the get-go. And unless you've had a natural birth, and then they'll find a way to get to you either way, you know. Somewhere down the line, they're going to punish you for being here. And can you traverse up this this ladder of different densities, different dimensions? In my humble opinion, yeah, you can. And do you get to a density where you all a social, they call it a social memory complex, where you're in like a sixth density where you don't need a body and everybody merges together as one and actually looks for ways to help lower density beings, all right, by reincarnating into a third density and doing the work so that they can assist their social memory complex to get to a seventh density. The higher the density, the longer it takes, I think, in my humble opinion, I can't prove this. It takes longer because you're vibrating at a higher frequency. All right. So getting to the lesson that you want to learn effectively, I think, takes a little bit longer. I may have it backwards. I don't know. But my point is there's no eternity, an eternal soul, an immortal soul. All right. And that's what we are. Forever is a very long time. So why not take your time? Why look for the shortcut? Take your time, do it right, measure twice, cut once. I mean, and apply that principle throughout your life, things are going to go better. At least they have for me. Is it going to be perfect? No. I've built in several decisions that turned out to be mistakes that were lessons that I definitely needed to learn. And if I didn't learn it the first time, I go right back to it. Right. And because there's something more that I need to learn there. I didn't get it right. So I don't know. That's just my take on it. But see, dude, I studied, I'm trying to learn how to read cuneiform text, which is not easy. It's about symbolism but that's where all the information from previous epics, all right, come from. I mean, if you really want to know who we are, you got to go back past today's written control religions and look to past megalithic structures and the cuneiform tablets, all the things they don't want us to study, right? And that's where all of a sudden your eyes start going, at least for me, I start going, whoa, wait a minute. You read like the Atrahasis or the Enuma Elish. First of all, you got to understand how it was written and why to even make sense of it, right? And the symbology and because it's an era that's way before the controlled learning that we have now. And I think people actually vibrated in the higher vibration and had higher knowledge back then. And you can just see it in the pyramids and in like places in Peru and what have you, the different ages that have come through here. So to think that to pigeonhole yourself into a belief system in today's learning experience, which is pretty much 100% false, is just not a wise decision, in my opinion. Not anymore. I mean, I was religious there for a while. I read the Bible. I've read it several times from start to finish. And it only left me with more questions that I seek to find answers for. And that's what I did. I found answers to why that phrase, like, for instance, the flood. There's stories of the flood in ancient history all over the world, right? Way before the Bible. Right? So, or how the earth was made. Oh, man, that's a big one because many of the words are being misinterpreted, right? There's Red Pill. Hi, Red Pill. I see you there, buddy. That's the guy that gave me an issue earlier today. No hard feelings, man. Anyway, sorry. I go on and I rattle on. I can go on for hours and hours because I've spent so much time studying this stuff. It's just bizarre. And I'm just scratching the surface. I met a guy, Matt LaCroix, who wrote a book called I got it here somewhere. Anyway, I hooked up with him on IG. He's pointed me in a lot of good directions on some excellent knowledge. And I would just encourage people to not try to trap yourself in the current day's bullshit, because it's mostly BS. I mean, really is, you know. All right. I'll shut up, man. Fuck, I'm getting way off track here. I just wanted to come up and let you know, man, I still think highly of the Eagle.
Fucking muted. Fucking muted. No, brother, man, I do. I genuinely miss these conversations. This is a conversation between two people, two friends right here. You know what I mean? What is the track? What is the track? You know what I mean? There's no goal for the night. I didn't say, you know, we're coming on to talk about growing. You know what I mean? This is us. You know what I mean? There is no track. This goes wherever it goes, just like it should. You know what I mean? When you stop at somebody's house and you want to sit down and talk, there isn't an agenda. That conversation goes wherever the fuck it goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have a tendency to get carried away though. But that's who I am. That's what I do. You know. I don't see Chiba Man, dude. I gotta tell you, I got the chat up now. Loving your videos, buddy. Chiba does the hempy bucket. Chiba, I'm switching it up. I'm going to try to add some what do they call it? Not cocoa, but the stuff, the peat moss. I'm going to add some peat moss to the perlite. See if I can quit making such a mess every time I do my transplanting. The cleanup takes longer than the transplanting. Perlite goes everywhere. But Chiba Man does the hempy buckets, and he's got some great videos and good content coming out right now. It's good.
I actually shared his latest video. We were watching it earlier. Was his garden update. It was a nice, he's got a nice little setup. His girls were looking good.
Very nice. Very good. And it's fun, man, to experiment. I've been doing the straight perlite now for 3 years, and I'm thinking, what can I do better, right? And I started thinking, the peat moss is cheap too, and I can nuke it in the microwave just to make sure, and then add it. I'm going to just do the cups in peat moss to see how that works, and see if it'll retain water better. And then I don't know. I'm going to do experiment. I'm going to switch shit up, make some trouble for myself.
You know? I wonder how like that chunky cocoa would fare.
Cocoa's great to use. I just think it's a little spendy myself.
The shit that I was using before I went to the soil, back to the soil, was the Grow It chunky. They actually had some, and that shit was at least a 1/2 inch by 5/8 square, super coarse. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking when you use perlite, I'm sure at this point it's DWC, but you're using perlite for somewhat stability, I would think. Yeah. So why not a chunky cocoa that would be just as airy, but maybe a little bit more heavy? You know what I mean?
Good point. Good point. I'm a tight ass, so I'm very price conscious, and the peat moss is just a little bit more money than the perlite. And but I've been looking at the cocoa.
At best, I think I was getting their cubes.
You mean the Rockwool cubes?
No. They were cocoa, that chunky
Okay.
cocoa that I'm talking about
Right.
would come in a little cube, and you'd hit it with water and it'd expand to be like 2.5
Huh.
cubic feet. And I was getting that for 10, $11 at the time. I think they might be like 13 or 14 now, but that's so for 2.5 cubic feet. That ain't, it's not, it wasn't all bad. I thought it was pretty economical. And then I'd just kind of mix in some of my older shit, just kind of stretch it out. You know what I mean?
If I could get cocoa the same price as I get perlite, I'd use cocoa. I mean, straight up. I want to keep my overhead as low as possible. Electricity is starting to go up. I mean, shit, everything's going out of sight as far as prices go. So, and what's the cost of weed doing? It's going the other direction. It's going down. So I do a monthly analysis of my situation, and I can see the profit margins are shrinking, because I actually do mathematically check it. I have this system now that I've been doing for several years that I can actually do that. And that's why I don't want to stop it either, is because it's so predictable. I can really determine exactly when shit's going to happen, and I got it dialed in that way. But I tell you what, if prices keep going up, I don't know. I don't know what. And then the price of weed keeps going down. I don't know.
I think the price of weed's going to come back. I really do. I honestly think this is, I've watched a lot of like titans of industry, and it just always kind of confirmed what my gut instinct said. You know what I mean? If you want to come in, and I've done it myself, fucking come into like a room full of cannabis and kind of see what prices are and go, all right, I'm 10 under. You know what I mean? I just want to get the fuck out of here. I don't get even a quality thing. I just want to get the fuck out.
we can sell to dispensaries. I mean, as a grower, as a personal grower, you can, but you got to fill out all these forms, and you got to it's just not worth it, really. And then you got to pay taxes on it and all that shit. I mean, things have really slowed down, but I'm still able to survive. And it gives me more time when I cut back. I'm emptying my bud chamber now. I'm going to sterilize it. And I'm a few weeks away from getting the last few plants out of there. And then I'm going to revamp everything and try to just get better at, continually try to get better at what I'm doing and keep doing it. A lot of you guys may know I'm trying to get my passport, because I'm going to go down to South America and get stem cell treatment for my neck. I was been vacillating if I should do that or not, and I'm thinking I better do it, because the dollar, number one, let's say you have a bunch of dollars saved. This might be a good time to spend them. All right, because the dollar is losing its value quickly. And I've got a lot invested in silver and gold, thankfully. But and so I'm thinking, well, that's another motivating factor for me to go blow a bunch of cash on my body. And because it is extremely expensive to do that. And like I just said, I'm a tight ass. Trying to make it the most efficient as possible, but my neck has been doing way better. I've been reading and watching and listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Oh, he's good. I like him.
Yeah, he's a big meditator, and so I've been meditating twice a day with Dr. Joe, and man, it has really helped my neck primarily. And I was having to where I couldn't even make a fist with my left hand. I'm still kind of sticky, but now I can at least do that. As you can see, I I just don't have the dexterity. I cut my thumb today trying to slice an orange, and so I need to upgrade this instrument.
Have you
And
ever
you can
looked
do it.
into the tapping? You know what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure.
You can,
Oh yeah. No, I have actually. That's how I get rid of my tinnitus. Occasionally, I'll do that. I don't know. I haven't really found it to be that effective. However, the stem cells, I've listened to testimony after testimony of, and I can't find one negative testimony, not one. And you got a lot of the, you know, the wrestlers and UFC guys go there in between bouts to just recover, and I think it was God, I can't, there was one actor, he took his dad down there who was 92 and pretty much extended his life, and I'm like, no fucking way. So I don't know. I'm waiting on my passport. I fucked up the first time on my passport, and so I had to apply again. I should get it by the end part of April, and then hopefully I'll be able to get that checked off my bucket list and come back and feel better. And then if I have more dexterity in my hands and I can start lifting again, which I miss lifting weights. I used to really enjoy doing that. I would like to get back into lifting. I mean, I keep my weight down. I'm still trim, but I've lost 20 pounds of muscle. So, I used to have a lot bigger physique. But when you don't use it, man, it's gone.
it's a true statement. It's a
But I
true
see you're
statement.
back in the gym. That's good.
Yeah, I'm trying. Keeps me centered at the moment, especially without the garden. You
Yeah.
know,
How is that? How is you I haven't, where are you living? Maybe I shouldn't ask that question. I don't know.
still on my own.
That's good.
I'll put it that way.
All right.
Still beat my own path. So, and that's the way it's going to continue. Yesterday was a kind of rough day. It was actually would have been an anniversary, the long one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that yesterday was like a fucker day. You know what I mean? It's like nothing like celebrating, of something you worked so hard on. And, kind of like this. So when I have to lay this to rest for one reason or another, and if it isn't because I want to lay it to rest, it's always gonna feel like, oh man, you know what I mean? An unfinished, unfulfilled dream. You know what I mean? Every anniversary thereof will always be that. Yeah, I know I didn't do it. Yeah, I don't know.
No,
So
man, that's a real thing. I could go into a long story there myself, but it's just I don't know. Fuck. Again, I'm an experiencer and I don't pick good. They're good for me because I learn a lot, right? I can't really blame them at all. Really, it's usually always boils down to me. You know, if I don't want to be a servant, then why are you there? That's what helped me with my heart throb. Basically, was recognizing it's me. You're the one that chose this one. Why did you do that? If you're going to be so miserable, right? So accepting the personal responsibility for my choice explained a whole lot to me. All right. And it made me want to forgive them, which I did. We talk now. We're kind of in more of a tense guarded, you've hurt me deeply, I've hurt you deeply type thing, but we're still talking, which is, I think, a positive move. But it boiled down to me, all right, to fix the reason I did that. There was good reasons and bad reasons, right? But it was meant to happen, all right? So, and that's me too. I don't like to waste shit. I mean, if I've spent literally 10 years with this particular person, building something, it's really hurtful to throw it all away. I mean, especially if there's strings attached. And so sometimes one of the two have to be the bigger person and say, hey, forgive me, I know really you should be the one saying this. In my mind, I'm saying that really you should be coming to me asking for forgiveness, but I'm going to be the bigger person and say, forgive me for running like a spoiled fucking child, just all the truth that I don't really want to admit to myself. And amazingly enough, we actually are on talking terms instead of wanting to kill each other type of a situation. So I don't know, man. It's life is it's interesting. I'm starting to enjoy it more and more that I open up to the fact that I'm responsible for everything. I made this. I chose to come here. Who the fuck want to come here? Only the people that want to be the strongest. Only the ones that want to rise to the highest. And I firmly believe that because it is so difficult. I mean, I can tell you, I dream, man. I lucid dream. I purposely try to go back into my past lives. I mean, I can tell you story after story after story, and it opens up the present moment even more. And I think if everybody would learn how to operate these meat suits that we're in, everybody would want to come here. All right, because of the variety of experiences in a lower energy. You can't do a lot of in higher energies. At some point, there's no body. There's no way to. You have to collectively. You have to get along, right? So, I mean, what a great avenue if that is true. And I feel in myself it is based on my experience, right? People can argue and they can say, well, that's bullshit. No, yeah, get the wood out of your eye and just try to understand that there's accountability and responsibility for your energy being here. And perhaps you need to take a look at that. I'm just saying, so.
Sounds like you're on a great path, to be honest with you, but lately,
Thank you.
100%. I love the place that you're in right now. Good advice, 100%. Touching real back to the stem cells real quick,
Yeah.
and I hope you're able to get down there because I believe that shit will help you too. That shit's miraculous. But this is one of the things I don't. This is probably why they probably are. Where they're getting the stem cells now are from probably are babies that are being born. You know what I mean? They're harvesting stem cells from somewhere.
Okay, it's from the umbilical cord.
I know where they get it. That's what I'm saying. From the babies that are being born. You know what I mean? Today, I'm wondering why, instead of the hospital selling them for profit, why that stem cell isn't being scraped out and put aside as an emergency pack for your child at birth. You get sick later in life, we have your stem cells on file, sir. Don't worry.
That's a good idea.
Why isn't that being done instead of
There's probably a good
you're
reason.
not getting any breaks? I know from like they're not getting any breaks. The people are having today, they're not going, they're literally taking that pan in the other room and being like, yeah, when they should be like, we should be as patients should be like, oh, you're selling that. If you're not putting that aside for my grandson, you need to knock that shit off.
Is there a first question I would have is there a shelf life? I'm thinking there might be.
They can cryo freeze anything, can't they?
You bring up a great point. And do we know that it's not actually being done for those that can afford it? I think a lot of this stuff again goes to the people that have the money to actually ask that question and have an answer. You see, I know it's spending. I mean, because it's a very limited resource, number one, to give it to other people, and it would cut a hole in that industry. Might be why they're not suggesting that. Perhaps everything's about the money in this particular aspect of life. So I imagine it's money driven. They BioAccelerator is the place I'm talking about. They have an in. They obviously have an in because they seem to get first shot at the umbilical cords and get the stem cells, and they take those stem cells and they generate more stem cells from those. And then they inject that gel into the area and it goes to work. And it's miraculous how it you're putting the informational packets into the body to tell it to heal, to rejuvenate. And that's basically what you're doing. Now, Dr. Joe, he's teaching me how to make your body do that naturally as well. But again, you're teaching probably quantum physics to a kidney gardener. You see what I mean? And not a lot of people can, I imagine over a lifetime, if they practice the techniques that are given throughout antiquity, really, on how to get this body to be able to do the miraculous things that it's made to do. But in the day and age that we're living in, where you got to pay the rent, make sure the coffee pot's full, it's kind of hard. I'm retired. I don't have a significant other, and I have the time to spend. I literally spend about at least an hour and 30 minutes meditating every day. That's a good chunk of time. Right? A lot of people don't have an hour and a half to sit and go home. So it's but I'm at that point. Some of the things I do for nutrition, because our food supply is just polluted. And thankfully, because I grow cannabis, I can afford the higher end nutrients and what have you to put in my body. But not everybody can do this. That's the other thing, is I'm realizing I'm making progress, but it's minuscule progress in comparison to the progress that should be able to be made. But because of the restrictions of the society that's been built around our beingness, all right, it's very difficult. They don't make this kind of shit easy. They don't make the information readily available. Everything is extremely expensive. Joe's retreats are $2,500, I think, something like that. And it's a week of learning how to master this technique. That it's up to you, all right, to take that information and make it work. All right. So a lot of people, the fear of not being able to accomplish it, right? What we were talking about earlier, I'm going to spend $2,500 and maybe this is all bogus. Not a lot of people are, but more people are in today's conditions than ever before. If you listen to him talk, it's crazy. Matt LaCroix, I actually communicate with that guy. I'm really thankful for that. He's on Gaia TV, and he's well known. He's written 3 or 4 books now. and he's on my IG, and I think he smokes fucking weed. But because I told him, I said, hey, in a chat, he was chatting with Billy Carson live, and I was hitting him on his message, and I said, hey, what about the origins of cannabis? Why don't you guys get together on that? Because it goes back to the beginning. And then I typed in, think of the market, right? And Billy Carson was like, that's a good point. he's the real more money hungry of the two of them. All right. And but I don't they're doing so well with what they're doing. I doubt if that would be a touchy book, I think, for somebody to write. The actual proof that cannabis was medicine right from the start, actually designed as a companion plant for humanity. You know? So somebody get ready and write that book so I can read it, basically.
Well, there's proof. I mean, for a ways back, I mean, as far back as we can trace man, we can trace cannabis, right? I mean, Egyptians, they found it everywhere. They found it. They didn't have papers, but they knew how to fucking clam bake a room. They knew how to get some coals going and then literally throw it on, and everybody sit in the room going, oh,
Yeah. So that's funny. See, the Egyptian, they are that's where those that survived, it's written, all right, that those that survived the sinking of the flood that came through and wiped Atlantis out, they became the Egyptians, basically, over several thousand years. But and so Egypt is very interesting study. There's so much information that we just aren't privileged to, and they refuse to explore, to spend the money I mean, there's so many things under the ocean, in the ocean, because when the ice caps melted, the sea rose, right? So a lot of those cities are just pristine, sitting down there for thousands of years saying, hey, we used to be on top of the water, you know. Think of what we can learn with all that stuff. They don't want us to know who we are. They don't want us to recognize that.
This is why I love chat and the open topic, you know, not being closed-minded and being like, this is it. I love the fact, what about Bob is asking, well, how old is the cannabinoid system? Now we obviously haven't been the same, or we're not the same. Has it always been there? Is it something that evolved? You know, at one point we were fucking didn't have it and we developed a necessity for it.
I don't know. The way I understand that the humanoid was created, this version, the Homo sapien, okay. We're like the 6th version of that, supposedly. I can't really prove any of this. The Indo-Cannabinoid, and I think it was there from the beginning, because in order to be able to handle a lower density vibration, you're going to need a balancing aspect of the vehicle that you're in, and that's the endocannabinoid receptor system. It's designed to balance every aspect of the Homo sapien, of the body that we're all in. So that was part of it, I think, just to ease the mechanism of us being in a 3rd density. It used to be that we lived longer, and then in this latest version, they capped the genetic telomere on each end, right? And so we can only live 120 years, but there's ways to dissolve that, right? if we study how to do it. So we can live for thousands of years like our forefathers used to do. And but then again, the experience has intensified. And I think those caps were put on there because, dude, if we went through 1,000 or 2,000 years of this bullshit, we'd be just a little fucking nub. You know what I mean? So, I mean, back when people lived thousands of years, I think life was a lot different. There wasn't the type of stress that we have today. I don't think people jumped in their cars and got into, accidents or, road rage or, any of that kind of shit. It was more of much easier to learn how to work the human vessel, easier to learn how to communicate with the higher vibrational levels. And it's written, it's in a lot of the epics, the Bible, the Quran, the Enuma Elish. This just goes on and on and on. I mean, there's so many things that we don't know and what we do know is just a fraction because everything's suppressed. Since the Holy Roman Empire took over and turned everything into politics and religion, it's been fucked. So that's kind of my take on it. Sorry, but a lot of people disagree with that. But why did it become the Holy Roman Empire? Ask yourself that question.
I respect your opinion. And I agree with a lot of it. I respect it not just because I agree with it, but, I think everybody is entitled to their own perspective.
Yeah.
That's why we all have our own paths. You know what I mean? You said it yourself. We have lessons that we need to figure out ourselves. We have to teach ourselves at some point. We bump our heads. We learn things ourselves. You never learn anything if you're not open-minded. You know what I mean? You're not always right about everything.
No.
That's a tough you only age lesson. You know what I mean? You don't learn that right off the bat. Your 20s, your 30s, you're still right about everything, god damn it. Telling me wrong.
Yeah, if I could go back with what I know now, I could be really dangerous. Listen, Eagle, I got to get out of here, man. I got to get up early, but man, it's been a pleasure conversing with you, my friend, and I hope everything keeps going in a good direction for you and Weed Nerd World. Everybody in the chat, I really care for all of you guys. I really do, and I don't go live much. I occasionally go live, so if you are subscribed, make sure you click the bell, and maybe I'll see you over there. And you have a great night, brother.
You too, man. It was a pleasure, and you made my night for real. For real. I'm not lying about that. You really did.
Right on. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Man, I did. He did. He did it. He made my night. It was a fun night hanging out and talking with Vegas. 100%. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode as much as I have enjoyed this evening hanging out with you guys. 100% gonna do the shout outs because again, that did make my night. I'm grateful. 100%. Oh, well, there was something I was gonna say, but I guess again, maybe some things it is the bad. Or I'm just super high. That joint was long. I do appreciate all you guys. Oh, I know what it was. I almost lost it. Again, the downside. The double dipping rule. I want to make this very clear. Very clear. If I had to put it in writing, I guess I will. But to me, the double dipping is when it isn't your own channel. If you're on your own channel and you're supporting and building your own dream, fucking A, do that shit. But when it's another show like the Weed Nerd World panel show and you're on other people's channels and then going on more channels and more channels. That's what I consider to be the double dipping. You know, I respect anybody that's trying to make good on themselves. But Bingus being on his channel today, hanging out, going live, I don't count that as double dipping. That's his shit. That's his channel. You know, I don't know. I am just trying to, I guess in short, really, there is 100% a ton of great people in this community. A ton. A ton. As you guys have pointed out many, many times, or I'm pointing out to you now, this is the Weed Nerd world. This isn't Weed Nerd Town. This isn't Weed Nerd High School. There isn't a select few that is welcome here. This isn't a clique. This isn't whatever. This is the Weed Nerd world. And I would like to keep it as wide and as vast as I possibly can. That's why I love the Weed Nerd world. It is vast. And I am fucking blessed for all great people I've met. That being said, let's get the fuck out of here. I am doing the shout outs tonight. I did miss them last night, but we doing them tonight. Fucking no calls. Gotta put my tray somewhere safe so I can do the shout outs. What do we got next here? For some reason, I am just loving the fucking screaming right now. No, Jim Rohn, another one of my fucking mentors. I love Jim Rohn. It's another one.
Yeah, I want to get busy on.
We're not gonna listen to this.
Subjects for today.
But if you don't listen to Jim Rohn, I'm okay.
Here's the first subject that I found so interesting. I want to share with you, and then I want to talk about personal development.
If you haven't checked out Jim Rohn. Little Bubba Sparks. From Jim Rohn to Bubba Sparks. Sub Cool, D-South Date, Mama Lost, 710, Scarecrow 420, Christina, MG89, Unplugged 705, Medical, Mugullicuddy, Rick T, The Rebel, the 9207, Fabian, Selena, Saves out here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T-Dog, Dung Beetle, Red Eye, Jedi Grows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Gurr, Same Man, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Mike Wallace, Whole Vision 420, Who's Your Cat Daddy, Taco Rick S, In the Bushes 827, Jane Simmons, Ryan Hahn, Will's Last Hope, Pats Fan 420, by Winter, Dirt Road Dude, Kanashiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dad Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone, 710 Ken Queen Genetics, Savvy Tanaze, Fumador, Dirtman Dan, Keith the Black Cells, Mr. Bussel, Some Premium Birds, Rasta Bob, Small Tube, Small Soil Roots, Tyler, Frosty Buds, Norm Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, LP Roy, Big Jack Rose, JC Modern Genetics, SoCat, Weedner, John, Last PPG 15, Green Counter, Grower grower, CJ Apple, perfectly imperfected, Dollar Tree grower, T1, Dank grower, DOA grow meds, Miss Nudie grows, I grew some Johnny Candy seed. Hopefully you're feeling well, my friend. Nutrient shootouts, Nutty, Nicky, Zoe Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldrich, 25, Miss Manatee, Sumu, Mower Grower, Kenny Crate, Loki Grow, Assassin, Sky Burton, 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaws, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Grown, Wolverine Grown, Jimmy One for Life, D Block, Laid, Wayback Farmer, MMP Nations, Creations, Amerlana, Psychedelic, Warlock, Sir Sicky, Rob, Big Day 420, Brett Window, G3, The Green Click, JK, Triple G, Mr. Strictly, Brittany and Tyler Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John Beach Creation for You, Reed GW, G420, Dr. Budswell, Purple Thumb, Anthro Sensa, Jamelia, Anthro, Just Space 420, Beast Coast Grower, Sir Hal, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Hagerton 420, Zeb Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, PT, Grows, Vegas. Thank you for popping in, brother. Green Puffin Man, Alice Porch, Jeff F. Life, School of Crop, cause I love it. Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Real 100, 212, Andy Man, Randy Family Farms, Page Farms, Meow Flower. Cheers, tip of the morning to you, Ryan Henderson, Green 13. Always a pleasure seeing you, my friend. No sell about wins, King of Wagon Farming, Streamer 77, Double D, Bad Buddy Nutrients, Green, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664, Spaniard Kruger Jones at the Grow, Papa G Grows, Raz, Cass, the Grow From Your Heart podcast, Lily Luna, the Green Med Flock, Chermai Miranda, Sony Creek, Lost Art, Mr. No One, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soul, Jason Iso, P. Wynn, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy May, Scroggington, the Fourth, Goddess Grows, Kelly Burger, Chad Brad Valley Farms, Paul PBR, Kevin Jojer, Mike Hacho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hunter, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensel, and Organic Home Buds, Warren Milson, Cam Wood, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Sarge S, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kendrick Rose, Evergreen Hayes, Tree Friend Tree, MMJ, Say Bob, Dragonfly B, Justice Smith, Travis Walls, Lucky Mike, Seattle, Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan for Bus, Coast State, Shango, Yes, Will Wrestle for Life, John Smith, Tommy Tricos, Michael King, Raz, Pop Little, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Silbert, Indo 11, Stephanie D, Sharp Pulley 989, Von Braun, Sovereign Garner, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y, Bugs 1313, Roy Pated Lady, Frank Booth, Matt S, Soul Roll, Spiky Pilot, Mr. J Myers, Jamid, the Chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag C, Dr. GGC, Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Gross 420, Skillbo 1, Medgo 1, Empire Breeding Co. for Goalie, Lost Leaf, Liam Mass, Danny Dinko, B Bear 7, Ollie Noble, CK Thompson, Dad, Looney Jester, Smoking with Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Raptor Grows, Rob Automation is Freedom Lover, Houston, Dover, Michigan Quarry, Double Tap Farms, Mr. Green Thumb, 420, 808, Rudy Prospects, Canada Bus Drivers, sorry about that, Hate and Life, Kenny 710 Operation Road, T-Ben, TM4, 2069, Rue Nuts, Dr. Scrambles, BB Rumox, GHF, Double J, Bottle Green, Stealth Grower 56, Hanky Stanky 420, OGKP, Ganja Nano, Your Mama, Georgia Joey, Rory Rodriguez, B Growing, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer B Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Jackie U, Soy for Life 420, Bully for Life 420, The Jeff Ford 420, 69, Beaver 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn My Mate, Ted's Test, The Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock 420, 420, Boone's Farm, Charlie Farm 420, Charlie Aldridge 25, sorry about that, Aldridge 25, Smiley's Garden, J Deeds, Misty's Nugs, Smoking Grow, Fraser, Go Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm 420, Jeff Tarosky, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve 420, Cameron, Mr. Bag Seed, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, CTE, Rose, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cannon Trooper, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shortback, Medical, MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Tara Wilson, Dank Man 420, Dank Man Dan, Red Set of Farms, Good Life, Joni Bell, TTB, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American one, W Digger 714, Sarates, Kenny Olds, the next Mountain Skies, ready to hit that hot bob. Chris Words, Ian, Save Robbie, Sergeant Live, Pepper Fade Cat, Bridge Patch, Dozer Moons, other VT Growers, Choose Medical, Jared Bear, Plus One Mushroom, Secret City Pioneers, My Little Tent, 2042, Spacewalker, Christian Tree Mum, T. Barrington, Heart Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Delay, Galactic Gardens, Don Smith, Elliptis, Michelangelo Farms, Pacific Northwest, Seeds, Roscoe, Paul, Lemon, Cocoa, Trench, Fritos, Juice Delight, 420, Grant Menu, Mary Bound, Salmon Sizzle, 9 Colas, Chris, Smooth, GK, Trade, Vision, Creator, Kid Kind Brew, Cannon Nation, JJ Wired, Timothy McKimmons, Neo, Justin Bean, Stark Conic, 88, Fat Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kinbus 03, Turf Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. C, Willstein, Firesaw, Wally Wookies, Goddess Grows, Watch Bob, White Feather Grows, Curtis Rooms, Stone Grows, Dank, K-Man Grows, BX Gunna 81, Smith New Grows, Sean McCann, J Monks, Dank, Agenda, Walla Walla Can Grow, Fall Dog, Huron, Kells, Council, This is Pierce, Rock Band, Just Mick, 420 Band, Press Grows, Driving Herbs, High Boy, You Mailman Grows, Weedy Growing, Nostro and Goes, Love for the Plant, Argo American, Smart Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest, Surf Crack, Michael Groom, Jeff Lonefells, Mobius Grow, Dink, Brownie, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, Mode, The Forging Gardener, Overwater, Overkill, Shadow Steve, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia G. Jensen, Into Oz, Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Steve Spag, Jones, Sarah, Shotgun Willie, Dank, Yoda, Jay Simmons, Cherbro, Gross, Lackamus, Cooch, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, like 1978. By the way, Aaron the Grower, congratulations on the new edition. Like 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy, Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jay McDaniels, Clackamus 420, Sticky Goals, Dylan, Sign for PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Sun Grown 707, J420, J8 Road, Cascade 8 Road, C Toes, McGee, 4 Plants A, Reed Works, Captain Scrog, Skunky Buzz, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, McGasser, Tempe, Annie Ann, Dirge, Green Goose, Green Junior, Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles, 11, Bindu Buzz, Michael Rasta, Plenty, Dan the Indoor Man, Domi's Homies, Hamilton Grown, Clip Smoke, Keysand, Keystone, Canada Flag, PA, Big High 710, Your Dream Greeley, Ace Drew Hustle, Friend Dark, Carlos, North Arizona Beer Girl 420, No Sellout, Jesse White, Gosh, Shane Yeti, Introvert Genetics, So J, Cam Vixen, Robin, Mr. Killer 8, Mo, James Buttercream, C-Dub from NorCal, the Pharmacy Seed Network, Deadhead, Smokey 616, Kirk Smithhead, Mike Moyer, and Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dorr, Antenna Seeds, Curious K, Mike Rubles, Drew Bear 420, Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Super Moon, Papaco 719, Bake with Shake, Baby, Old Smoke, PWC, Grown Buds, Laura Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport. Cheers to you, my friend. Honcho Growing, Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Puget Sound Seeds, Glass Grower, Richard T, Crispy Wannabe, Mr. Soul, Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hanson, Real 2000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Pimp Jam McRody, Face, Show Me Scat Swag, Fuck You, Google and You, I'm Going Whale, Canadian Restore, Poor Dirt Farmer, Call Right, Zephyr, Humble Farm, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell 9782, Skunk Bags, Martial Artist 2012, Micro Slave, Half Danny McBizzle, Medical Glade, Fit KGB, Robert Mr. Green Fingers, motherfucking Thomas was said that way first here. Rancho Costa Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champion, Bobby Lynn Meats, Trench Digger, Mr. Back, Tony Lightbo, Only Bill Peace, Weed Peace, Tater Delicious, Minty, Country Roots, You're on Fire to Next, Earth Creeper, Big Brave 420. As much as I would love to fucking play this song. Damn you fucking martial artist band. Or Marshall Tucker. Sorry, Marshall Tucker band. Sorry. I call it martial artist band. That's fucking hilarious. That is fucking hilarious. Right into, which one?
I wasn't sure what the lyrics were about.
This one tears me up. So I gotta go with right into. I forgot where I left off here. I don't think I got to any of these. Yeah, I did. I lost my place. I'm sorry. I think I left off French Coats Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Chappie, Bobby Lynn Means, Trench Digger, Mr. Mac, Tony Like Blowing, Bill S. Sweet Peas, Tater, Delicious, Minty, Huron Country Roots. There we go. Huron Fire Genetics, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 1, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Peter Man, Fire 616, all up north, Max Grooman, Ruby, Dank Grower. Man, I still appreciate this adjustment. Mike Steve, 562 Ganja, James Chrysler, Green Ghost, Genetic Zenzola, B. Benson, Astro Charlie, Sativa Smart 4G, TCA. God damn, this is a good version. Bush Doctor, Dirty Hogards, TK, Dirty Ho, James E. Weaver, Goat Holmes, Corey Gagnon, Green Hill Farms, Hillbilly Herbs. Right into so good. Tasty Worm, Turb, Skunky Brewster, YBF, Larry OG, Labolish Farms, Spartan Grown, Johnny Green Thumb 710. Man, I can't wait to get you back on. Michigan Wildflower, Seldom Seen, Gambler, Todd O'Connor, DP 710, Caribou TV, Virginia Earns, Red Primo, Equilibrium Genetics, Trophy Truck, Skyway, Kevin O'Donnell, School of Crops, Stupid Trucker, eBay Bud Tender, The Glass Girl 420, Ted Nugs, Matt Jareen, Greg 77, Ted Nugs, Skunk 8, Glass Words, Beast Mode 347, Mike Atomic Steer, JM 8182, Justin Gucci, Webcam, Monkey Holes, Faces on the Ground. Dan Sony, Baby Fat, Jay Cuda, Pip 1000, Dan Sony, Sunshine Farm, Daydream, Brad Star, Mountain Laree, Scotty Nowhere, Justice Smith, Not Sure, Red Bear Farms, Two Dog Seeds, Butt Plug, Bungalow. Right into Broski 808, Weekend at Bernie's, K-Bag, Justice Station, Strong, Style, Xanax, Zippy, Imanic, Honesty, K-Bag, Meow Flower, Brent Boot, Todd Kendricks, Newton, K&T, Christie, True Serum, 4x Fold, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Kenna Health and Happiness, Berserk, Clab, Low Cut, Albert Trendley, Mo, Manic, Med, Raz, Benji, Helen, Yuji, Janus, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, K-Bag, Justin, High Flyer, 420, Lobster Brush, Bro, Mother Tree, Main, Red Bill, Yo Boy, Roy Boy, Ecstatic, Shannon, Gibbons, Ruan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, The 840 Show, Richard Land, Red Pill, Comfortably Numb, K Rolling, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man, Oil and Flower Podcast, John Prospect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mondo 420, Surrounded by Keith, Ferrari Farms, Fringe Dweller, Single Father, Single, Happiness Without Get, Wob Wobby, Sean Beds, Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Nugs, Magma Seeds, Father and Son, Trimming Tutorials, Doug T. Doink, Jose Perez, Dog of the Left 420, Fuck Chiba Man, GR420 Community Videos, Detroit River at Louis Garcia, Monthly, AJ, Every Day, Captive Audit, Chet Bob 13, Maine, 420 Medgore, Cookies, Coop, Jay Kendricks, In for the Grill, Backwoods, All Good, Sally Mansell, Adam Sink and Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Kazoo. Cheers to you, my friend. Aaron Burnish Room, Spencer Lincoln, Sinkin, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Grow Time, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Dankovich, Fiber Flower, Fell, Seldom Seen, Elevated, Lenny Organic, Sunman, Chiba Sunny, Jeppaholic, Red Carter, Sosa, Dan J, Earth Friendly Farmer, Kenny Forest Farmer, Fuck All That Beef, Biscuit Grower, Jason Line 512, Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Soda Baker, MD, Stony Creek, Russ Sonic, French Dweller, Tarzan, Superman, Old Man, Hermit Hash, Free Bird, Mo Brewery, Matty Guy, Simple Man, Survivor One Time, Tim Blake, Gulf Coast Chronic, Sink Fats, Calablo, Calero, I always fuck that up, Harley Grower, Jen God, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie Down, Hey, Scoop C speaks. Yeah, Rain, Brandy, K, Farmer Steve, TC, Claire Killiger, Wardrobe Farming, Randy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Move 3223, Wake Up Captain Free to Be, Puff from Smiles 50 Digit, Michigan Gonza Move, Tash, Fred Steve, Super Bob, Richard Forbes, David Uenta, B4, B-Funk, Nika T, John Reese, What About Bob, Fritz Patty, Daniel Bergman, Green Buffett, Man, B. Dunn Lee, James Chung, Sarge Rose 818, John Wayne, Carolina Root, Sister Golden Hair, Dana, El Dankarino, KNF Gardens, Blank 1032's one, Only Feed, Farmer Dope, Crypto Dope, that is, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Richard Lamb, Dan Marino, Maine, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise Goes, Top Floor, Genetics, Small Vision, 420, Can2, Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog, Nelly, Rooster Farms, Alex Hardy, Gear, Betty Cropper, Daniel Gross, Photos, Mitten Grown Med, Sunrise Goes, and of course, my girls, Lexi, Brittany, Coon, my little man, Chase. Love you, little man. All of you girls. No Limit 916, Froggy Toad, Alchemist, Canamase, Soul Born Addiction, Ross Joel, Alex D, Dirty Order, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dam, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sarge Rose 818, Blaze Daily, Fried Piper, Perpetual, Lee Rob Royal, Still Smiles for You, Frank Usada, The Dang Dungeons, Kino, Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420, Frank Usada, Sink Fat, What About Bob, Iljuster, Pop Shrooms, John Dorsey, Dungeon Gangster, THC 4, PTSD, T Barrington, Hunter Grove, Swamp Bat, Valero, Cannabis, Beat Busta, Because, Jen Doe, Mr. Manny D, Kid Ford, 420 AB Normal, Frank Guerrero, Beer Feed, J Brent, 74 CK, Brown Guy, 420, Pack Dirt, 420, Burnett Tree, Maine, EA, Gray Sun, Grown, 207, Hydro Daily, Hemp with GZ, Jamie Ream, Mr. Green Grape, Sony Rockefeller, Caveman, Cannabis, Brew City Sin, Hawaii, Sustainable, Midnight Roots, Dead Senate, Knuckles, Munkle P, Polly B, with Quick B, Nibble, Buddy, Kilowatts, Michael D, 4889, Disbanded Brothers, and Mycelium Mad Grace, or Joseph Grace Medicine, RX, Keith and Chief, Hydro Daily, Concerned American, Cannabis 411, Freedom of Speech, Dr. Joins Worth, These Trees, Ganja Sudoku, Candidate, or 710 is Oil Upside Down, Jesse Stevenson, Fedoria, Faduch, What About Bob, Sacred Gardens, Gus Bro, Slick Rick, Doug Pounds, David St. Louis, Amuk Watch, Costain, Yeti, Edrin, Emin, Grown, Uncle Elmer, Golf Grid, Terps, Christopher 54, Big Forest 54, Last Predator, Matthew SoCal, Where You Been? No Matthew, Sioux, Illinois, Man Beaters, St. Roof, Dark Horse Genetic, Sonar Dude, Joel and Jen from Northside to next Friday. Looking forward to that shit myself. Carol Ann, Mr. Cry, PTA, B13 Lil, Brute Beyond Perfection, XX Elite GP, XX Uncle Stoner, Crispy Treat Kitchen, Croish Paradise, LAD Grown Gardens, Iceni, Decoy Bacon, Missiscato, Fresh Baked One, JLA, Big Bob Grows, Jolly Canna, Australian Goat, Yucca 420 Gardens, Daniel Field, Mr. Nowhere Man, Selling Sally, Silly, Seashells, Lucky, Claudia Goslin, Mao T World, Green Galilla, CT Gardens, Benny Ben, Up and Able, Mr. Marduga, Kush Turp 5, Sentimental, Green Goddess, Alberta Cannabis Grower, Earth Creeper, man, cotton off. Sorry, guys. Good tune right here. Good cover, I should say. And good tune. Don Hazelhurt, Magnus, John Gall, Coolward, Robert Rittenhouse, Pedro and Busy, Joey Burger, Mr. DeVille, Mikey from Maui Gold Genetics, Missy Bakes, Dragon Flat, Earth Medicine. Hopefully you two are doing well. Thunder Dance, same to you. Cheers, brother. San Louis, Sun Grown, Super Bob Dutch, Rose 420, Tough Impact, Mystery Green, Gypsy 1, Das 247, Dirty Rock, so Steady Games, Ginger Bug, Sovereign A, Pocket, Smartphone, Pete Ridley, Val F, Tough Impact, Crazy People Doing Stuff, Wake High, Multiple Division, Patio Bears Growing at Home Invaders Get No Fucking Pity, Blue Kiss Gardens, Crack Babies, CWC, Shorty for Life, Token Pirate, Supernatural, Brittany Control, Sacred Guards, Rossi for Joy, One Love, No BS, Penny Pepper Records, Frank, Robbie 420, Chef J. Reese, Dog Days Gardens, Kareem, Big Boys 54, 420 Green Goddess, Luke Cell, Pearly Baker, Christ, Trichome Joe, Diddy Dank, Al the Beastly, Lord Camp, Swimmer, 22, the Grow Boss, Jim Flemmer, NB Closet Grower, Blinded by the Light, We Fair in a Grow No, Miss Vicious, Doc Kalis, Mr. Toad, Uncle Rick, Mr. 12 and 12, Cassie the Pirate Fairy, Mr. Mark Leafly Hill, cheers, my friend, Handicap BK, Urban Remo, Red Dragon Brothers, Journey Overgrow, Dab Hunter, JG, GML, Leafly Wiggly, Cam, the Cannon Man, I Type 420, PG, The Humble Local 2.0, Nick D, K Good Farms, Zachary G. Sayer, Work for You, Eddie Alvarez, Turk Wizard, Paisley, S.103, Drewzilla, MK Alto, Chilbert, UK, Brandon Harris, 710 Connoisseur, Pino Fisherman, Hemp Knights, Cottonmouth Grow, Ice and Cold, Sterling Moss, TK, or Driving Miss Hazy, Woody J, Roy Dugan, Marijuana King, Ganja, Ninja, Ho, what you got? Justin Houdini, Big Blazer, A, Ryan Kowalski, Marcus Green Thumb, 420 Ben, A Nova, Weed, Monster Grow, The Quiet One, Who We Growing Doobies, The Fire Department, 420, Cold Mountain, Banana Farmer, 420, Danny Scoot Fang, The Coffee Pot, Seymour Cuts, Biosynthetic Custom Nikolai Deep, Doc Vapor, Alex 622, Texas Weed Hopper, Hank Herb, Dankabus Kind, Joe Pietri, Space Scout, 82 Pac-Man, Biggie Long Time, South Legion X, Cushmaster, Let's Be Buds, Futs Are Funny, Noah 427, 10 Dabber, Mr. McGee, Jack Beanstalk, Detroit Food, Angels Sativa, Christoph Bulldog, Protect Michigan, GX6 Ultimate Acre, Claude, Rim Purple, J5420, Donor Time, CAO Crash Farms, Mr. Green Gas, the Candyman, Turf Vineyard, Pony Boy, Uncle Mike, Mean Gene, Hope Farms, High Italian, Doug Strange, Joseph, Anthony, THC Rods, Joseph, Duff Nugs, Jag C, Replacement, Jones Up Nerd, Obscure Obsidities, Tats for Trav, DLP 2372, just because I think I fucked up somewhere on there. The Process, the Psychosis, Ted Nugs, Steel Beans, Mrs. Justice Meds, and last but never fucking least, 207. I do appreciate all you guys, this journey, this path, all you guys that contribute, all you guys that have contributed, all the guys that, all you guys and gals that put up with my bullshit and respect what I do here. I don't know how you feel, where you stand on the double D rule, but hopefully the only thing I say is about that is hopefully you understand. Have some patience. Take some time out for the rest of the bullshit. Fucking come hang out. I love you guys. If this is the end of your day, your journey, please get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, your journey, please take out a little bit of time out for a little bit of self-love. Really, I know that sounds silly, selfish, goes along with the fucking lines of the meditation thing, the whole meditation thing. You gotta love yourself. You cannot give what you do not have. It took me a very fucking long time to wrap my head around that. Really wrap my head around that. Then the second thing, you have to fucking know in your heart where you want to go. That path you want to be on. Cannot underestimate. Put so many explanation points. Underline that. Put emphasis on that. Once you have those two things, love for yourself, a solid path, a solid footing, you will have so much to give. It is unreal. When you have done all of the above, reach back, help somebody, random acts of kindness do save lives. I'll beat that drum till the last time you see me. That being said, have an amazing day. I will see you at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You want to be on? Take time out. I will fucking see you tonight. Love you guys. To the world.